Hello, my name is Cecilia Garcia, and I am going to be talking about the ongoing case of the controlling, grooming, and killing of 23-year-old Sandra Birchmore by the policeman Matthew Farwell. And this relates to chapter 3 in the book of Realities and Challenges, because in this chapter it talks about the causes of crime and the psychological factors of a crime. So they go hand in hand. Farwell met Birchmore through the Police Explorer program, which is where they take teens and students and give them an overview of what it is like to be a police. So taking that into consideration, Birchmore was in that program. She was 13 years old at the time as well. And Farwell was the instructor at the time, and he groomed her, which eventually led to sexual intercourse between both of them. This is obviously illegal, but it happened. This continued for a couple of years. Eventually, Birchmore got pregnant, and well, we weren't sure if it was Farwell's or not, but he did not like the idea regardless, and which led to him watching her apartment and trying to figure out how to stage a suicide. After days of him doing this routine of stalking her apartment at night and plotting, he murdered her by hanging her from the door handle of her bedroom closet. The medical examiner ruled her death as a homicide, which is what he wanted, but then eventually things were not adding up. But all of this relates back to chapter 3 in the book, because even though I'm not a psychologist at all, it is pretty evident that Matthew Farwell was not okay in the head since the beginning of it all. Grooming the 13-year-old was red flag number 1, because he was older and she was still 13 years old. So that's a red flag as it is. And then the fact that he continued this for years is also extremely concerning. Scoping out her apartment and trying to find ways to stage her death also does not, that shows that he clearly has psychological issues, and this obviously led to his deviant behavior and crime. In the book, it says, when an individual's brain does not work properly, the person's psychological responses may lead to deviant behavior and crime. Some people commit crimes because there is something psychological wrong with them. Others may have psychological problems even if they do not suffer from recognizable mental illness. I mean, this clearly comes to show that Farwell has some psychological issues, making him the criminal that he was while he could. So yes, basically that is how I tied down this ongoing crime case to the chapter. Clearly the former policeman had issues, and he killed Sandra Birchmore, and that this is still an ongoing case at the time, but clearly he had some psychological issues, and that is how I relate these two together. Thank you.